How does climate change impact food safety? Changes in temperature, new patterns of humidity and rainfall, plus an increase in extreme weather events are predicted to continue with climate change, and these will have an impact on food safety, says the Food and Agriculture Organization of the United Nations, the FAO. It's probably not all bad news. For example, areas that become drier with climate change can expect to experience less mycotoxin-producing mould. However, many of the changes will not be positive. Here are 7 predictions made by the FAO about food safety risks from climate change. 1. Pathogen levels may be increasing in some areas due to changes in temperature and rainfall. Researchers have linked an increase in infections from Salmonella species and Campylobacter species to temperature increases in some regions. 2. Flooding caused by extreme weather events can distribute pathogens to different parts of the food chain. Floodwaters can also move chemical contaminants around in unexpected patterns, potentially exposing crops to contamination. 3. Flooding directly causes outbreaks of waterborne diseases like cholera when public water infrastructure is compromised. 4. Water scarcity due to more severe or more frequent droughts might prompt changes to the way the food industry uses water, and this might have an effect on how equipment is sanitised or how wastewater is recycled. 5. Algal blooms pose a food safety risk and may be increasing due to higher ocean temperatures and acidity. Higher rainfall in some areas may also cause more fertiliser runoff, which contributes to algal blooms. Algae produce toxins that can bioaccumulate in fish and shellfish and cause illness to humans who eat the foods. The FAO report, says that there are rising incidences of algal toxin poisoning in areas with no prior history. 6. More mould and hence more mycotoxins in some areas. Formerly dry, cool areas that have not had mycotoxin problems in the past are becoming warmer and wetter and are now susceptible, with a reported rise in incidence. 7. Higher temperatures are said to be contributing to increasing antimicrobial resistance in important foodborne and waterborne pathogens like Staphylococcus aureus and Vibrio cholerae. Real-world examples. Unfortunately, there are plenty of examples of incidents that fit the patterns described by the FAO. Vibrio bacteria are marine pathogens that cause foodborne illness from contaminated seafood, especially mollusks like oysters. They don't grow if the water is too cold. Australian researchers are warning of increasing risks from Vibrio parahemolyticus as warming waters contribute to more outbreaks. And the source, of course, is in the email. And New Zealand officials reported a 10-fold increase in Vibrio infections in the past year as well. In Europe, authorities are becoming more concerned about risks from Ciguatera poisoning, which occurs in fish from warm waters. And Japanese researchers report an extension to the seasonal period in which shellfish poisoning occurs, again due to warming waters. In short, climate change is already impacting food supply chains. Changes to growing and storing conditions for food have changed the food safety risks. Notable changes include new areas experiencing mycotoxin problems, increased risks from algal blooms, and more Vibrio pathogens in shellfish.